On the 23rd of August 2012, I had an incident when I stepped on an IED. That incident led me to go to the Paralympic Games and win gold in the Rio Games.
Pulling away from his nearest rival to take gold, Curtis McGrath, U-Star, world champion, and now a Paralympic gold medal.
I guess there's times when it's quiet, you have a bit of reflection time and think about what could have happened, and I'm just grateful that my life was saved by the guys on the hill that I was injured with, and to come here and make it to the Paralympics firstly, and then this gold is for me and all the support that's got me here.
Yeah, it's an inspirational story of courage, resilience, determination and sporting glory, and it belongs to Paralympic gold medalist and world champion Curtis McGrath. Welcome to the show. So lovely to have you with us.
My pleasure.
Now, before we get to how your world changed in August of 2012, before that moment when you stepped in that IED, was sport a massive thing in your life? Like canoeing, were you into?
Sport as a whole was. I wasn't very good at anything in particular. I dabbled in rugby, AFL, cricket. I did a little bit of whitewater kayaking at high school, and that's what sort of drew me to kayaking. And when I got injured, I really wanted to continue an active lifestyle, and slalom kayaking was where I was sort of pointing towards, but unfortunately it's only an Olympic sport, so I had to choose something that was a bit more Paralympic orientated, because going up against Olympic athletes is a tough ask, and not to mention that the Paralympic athletes are knocking on the door at the moment. Now.
But your achievements are vast, and I want to get at them in some detail, but you talked about that injury. Just for those who may not know that story, just briefly remind us.
Yeah, so I was in Afghanistan in 2012, deployed as a combat engineer, and our job is to search for the improvised explosive devices in the road, and I actually found one. I stepped right on it, did my job. Luckily enough that the guys around me supported me to and medically save my life.
But you were kind of instructing them, weren't you?
Yeah, that's correct. I was also the combat first aider for my my team, so I was instructing them on how to firstly administer the first aid until someone could get to me from the rest of the other patrol. So yeah, a few details that that had to go right, and the guys were doing everything right.
Did you say at that moment, reading up, that to the guys helping you, you'll see me in the Paralympics?
Yeah, I did. It was about 20 minutes after the blast, and I knew my legs were gone.
Yeah.
And I was trying to make light of a little bit of the situation, losing brand new boots and things like that. So, yeah, but everyone going through that moment is going through some trauma, and I was trying to make the situation better, and saying that I would be okay and be able to go on to the Paralympics, but unbeknown to me, I was very close to death. So yeah.
Curtis, the next 12 months, obviously, I can't imagine the ups and downs you went through emotionally, mentally, and all of those things. But physically, the next big thing to write your next path or your next chapter was actually getting in a kayak canoe and doing something ridiculous. You didn't just paddle down the local creek for 200 metres, you went a bit beyond that. Yeah,
I got involved with a charity called Mates for Mates, and they support veterans and their family by doing adventures. And we kayaked from Sydney to Brisbane, and I don't recommend to do this. just take the flight, it's much easier. This takes 3 weeks, and a flight takes an hour and a half. So it was an amazing experience, because I got to do it with my father and some family friends, and to go that far and achieve that as a collective group, it was a really cool experience.
You talk about charities, mate, you've been unbelievable. Also, you're an ambassador for the Invictus Games, which is very close to your heart as well. We know Prince Harry and the involvement he has, and how amazing the event was here in Australia. When you meet someone like Prince Harry, I know that there's procedures and there's etiquette that you need to have when you meet Prince Harry. How did you go when you had to, shake hands, or what were you told to do?
I'd met him a couple of times before, and so I thought I was like this. Really. No, I accidentally called him bro by accident, so I was like... I was still in the military. I meant to call him Sir or His Royal Highness or something like that.
What was his reaction?
He
loved it.
Copped it. Yeah, he's a sweet. Shook my hand and
Thanks, bro.
yeah. So, and my wife's standing there, or girlfriend at the time was standing with like 2 hot dogs going. It was quite funny as well, but yeah, my bad by calling you bro.
Your form at the moment is terrific. The recent World Championships did very well.
Yeah. I've just got back. It's only been back a week now. World Championships for the sprint canoe or Paracanoe, where we qualify our boats for Tokyo, or countries for Tokyo. So everything went kind of okay. I come home with 2 gold medals, which I'm very, very happy about.
Brazilian's a big boy, Curtis.
Yeah, Kao. Yeah, he's a good lad though. So I can't remember his name. The Italian guy, anyway, he's quick.
Yes.
And amazing athletes. You know, everyone's stepping up another level now, and you know, Tokyo's just around the corner, and it's just a bit of a knock on my door, really, and I have to pick my act up, I think.
The Invictus Games are full of, you know, remarkable stories. Was there any fellow soldier you met you think, I can't believe what he did, or you know, a tale of bravery? Or
Yeah. Gary Wilson is the man I can think of in this situation. He was in a helicopter crash, an Australian helicopter crash, and he got a traumatic brain injury. And I saw him on my first sort of sporting event that I went to, and him learning how to swim and competing. And that was, you know, traumatic brain injuries are really horrific. They really... the varying degrees of the disability, but you know, he was struggling to do 2 things at once. So learning how to swim is a massive feat, and then again competing as well.
You're obviously a goal-driven person. On your website, on the front, there's the countdown clock, and it's virtually 1 year out to Tokyo. You carried the flag in Rio. Goals for Tokyo?
I'd like to stand on the podium twice, I think, and that would be an amazing opportunity to be on the podium twice. And whether that's gold or silver or bronze, we'll have to wait and see. But, you know, obviously gold would be nice, but being on top of the podium twice at least, I think, would be an amazing...
Well, you're an inspiration. It's a joy and a privilege to meet you and talk to you. Thank you so much. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Tokyo.